It's great to be back in the junkyard.
It sure is, Todd. You know, the last time we were here, there was an avalanche.
The last movie we talked about.
Came out in 1978. You know what also came out that year?
No.
A little movie called Grease.
Oh my God. Chris, you just reminded me. Now hear me out. For years, I've wanted to pitch to executives this idea. Grease 2. No, hear me out. All right, for starters, in the biker gang, you'll have someone like, remember the adversary in Happy Gilmore?
Yeah, he was also in Yesterday's Enterprise.
Shooter McGavin. But in addition, we also have a guy from a little show called T.J. Hooker.
You mean William Shatner?
Yeah, no, the sidekick. Now, they're the biker gang, and the star of the film, a little lady from the movie Batman Returns.
Are you talking about Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yes! That's the cast of the hit movie Grease 2.
Well, Todd, I hate to tell you this, but that already happened.
What do you mean?
1982, Grease 2.
Bullshit.
Computer!
Holy shit!
So, Todd, why are we back in the junkyard?
Well, to talk about a terrible, terrible film.
Do you mean Grease 2?
Yes.
I've always said that there's nothing worse than a bad comedy. But you know what's worse than a bad comedy?
A bad horror?
A terrible musical.
Yes.
And this is a terrible musical.
What would they say if I knew it was Michael?
Is it a musical and a comedy?
It tries to be funny.
Yes.
And it fails miserably.
Miserably.
So it's a bad comedy and a bad musical.
This might be one of the worst musicals ever.
The only thing that might rival this is Paint Your Wagon. This terrible 1967 Western musical that stars Clint Eastwood and Lee Marvin.
Here comes Lee Marvin. Thank God. He's always drunk and violent.
Gonna paint your wagon, gonna paint it fine. Gonna use oil-based paint, cause the wood is pine.
When I watched it, I was sort of like, all right, this might be entertainingly bad.
It was to a certain point, and then it got tedious. The reason why we're talking about this in the junkyard is because we just did our list highway on the worst sequels of all time, and this was on our list. And this was actually the first time I have ever seen Grease 2.
I've seen it before, but seeing it again all the way through reminded me of just how horrible it is.
Yeah, it's almost like they're acting in a 48-hour film project.
Yes. Like, they just bring out the main, I guess, principal of the school, who was in the first Grease, and her sidekick, Dingbat, and they're raising, like, this flag for the school, and they're looking at basically
Nothing. I know, it's really funny.
Yeah.
It's obvious they filmed that completely separate from the big dance number that opens up the movie.
Yeah, it's embarrassing because they actually start up, I think there's a car crash, and they have those two actresses going like,
Well, no, there's a car crash in audio only.
in audio only, and they're reacting to it. Then the musical number begins.
But when you see the musical number, there's no car crash or anything.
It has nothing to do
you
with
know.
any of it. Yeah. It's kind of like a rock and roll high school vibe.
Yeah, only
Yeah.
much lamer.
Much more lame. From there, you know, you're introduced to a few key characters.
The T-Birds and the Pink Ladies.
Yeah.
Only now it's like 3 or 4 years later from the first movie.
Yes.
The T-Birds are... Let's just call him T.J. Hooker.
Yeah.
At this point.
Let's just call him T.J. Hooker, and of course, let's also call the other guy Shooter McGavin.
No, let's call him Yesterday's Enterprise.
Okay, I disagree. Do you think more people know him from Star Trek Season 3, or do you think more people know him from Happy Gilmore?
More people know him from Yesterday's Enterprise.
Wrong.
Shooter. You call him Shooter, I'll call him Yesterday's Enterprise.
Doesn't matter. Now, who make up the ladies?
Michelle Pfeiffer's, I guess she's the leader of the Pink Ladies.
Yeah, she might be.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
Stephanie. And there's a blonde girl who I think might be a bimbo, but
Yeah.
it's unclear.
It's unclear.
And then there's two other pink ladies who are like, she's got like an 80s perm. By the way, this movie, half the people look like they're trying to be in the early 60s, and the other half clearly look like they're in the early 80s.
Yeah.
Like Michelle Pfeiffer does not look like she's in the
Yeah.
60s.
The songs never sound like they're in the, early 60s?
Some do. Some sound like they're clearly from 1981, 82.
Completely. And then that brings us to, why are we trying to act like these people are kids?
Yeah, I mean, obviously in the first Grease, everyone did not look like they were in high school.
Of course.
But that's ramped up to a ridiculous degree in Grease 2. Everyone looks like they're in their 30s.
And Olivia Newton-John was cute.
She was.
She's very cute.
Well, Michelle Pfeiffer's cute too.
She is, but I'm going to go with Olivia.
Olivia could sing too. Michelle Pfeiffer, spoiler alert, cannot sing.
No matter how I try.
Michelle Pfeiffer can't sing.
No. And neither can the guy.
Even though we have to part.
You know who the surprise is? TJ Hooker can sing.
He's actually not bad.
He's not too
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
I'm not sure if Yesterday's Enterprise is actually singing or if he's dubbed.
You mean Shooter McGavin?
And guess who's still at this high school? The nerd Eugene.
Yeah. Why is Eugene from Greece still in the high school?
And you know who else shows up? Frenchie, for some reason.
Why is she there?
They give some really stupid exposition as to why she's there. It makes no fucking sense.
Tinting's out and skincare's in.
Right. That's why I'm back at Rydell. To get my chemistry so I can mix my own cosmetics.
Makes sense.
Is the idea that a person who's 18 or 17 when they graduate, a few years later at 21, 22, can say, I'm going to go back to high school.
No, she would go to community college to do what she's doing.
So she could go back to an actual high school and hang out with a bunch of 17-year-olds.
They wanted to have someone from the first movie in this for some reason. You know who's also back?
What?
The pock-faced rival gang member. So this guy's now like obviously in his
30.
40s, I would say.
Well, he looks like he's in his 40s. He's probably in his 30s. And he's supposed to be, say, 26.
But why does he give a shit about these, like, 17-year-old, like, gang members?
I know. There's the one scene where he must be like, hey, guys, before we go do other shit, like steal cars, I want to stop off at the high school. I want to terrorize the new T-Birds, who are 17, at the high school. Why? Because I have no reason. I have no bone to pick.
Because we're stuck in a cartoon loop. They're gender reversing the first movie. So Sandy's cousin is played by this guy Maxwell Caulfield.
So Sandy from Greece has a cousin.
And for some reason, he goes to the same high school that she did.
But he's nerdy. Like her, kind of. Like, stiff. Male Sandy.
What do we call him? Man Sandy.
Man
What do we call him? Mandy.
Mandy. Some of the worst songs for me are like the bowling alley scene.
That's really bad. For some reason, there's a nun. They're bowling with them.
We don't know why. The one that really jumped out at me as terrible was this one where the teacher is singing.
Actually,
in the
kind of.
class.
That's the one I actually kind of liked. I think that's a fun song. That's the one number where I was like, this kind of.
Why do you like that?
That could have been in the original movie.
That was so dumb.
Where does the pollen go?
This is actually a very horny movie. There's also another song where like one of the T-Birds is basically "fuck me for my country."
Let's do it for our country. Our country wants us to.
That's the one I like. I thought that is what you were going to say. But to your point about kids being horny, I love the idea that we're doing this, we're going to do it for our country.
Yeah,
And
they're in a
they're-
bomb shelter. I'm not sure why that girl, the 80s perm girl, is down there. Like, what does she think is going to happen?
Yeah.
It's not clear.
Why is there a little kid suddenly introduced around the bowling alley scene? I think it's supposed to be.
It's the blonde girl's little sister.
She wants to be in the Pink Ladies someday.
Yeah. She bonds with Mandy.
I think they want her to be similar to, in the movie American Graffiti, the young girl that hangs out with like the
Mackenzie Phillips.
Mackenzie Phillips from One Day at a Time.
Yeah.
I think she's supposed to be that endearing and that sort of like, I'm going to be grown up one day.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think they put that much thought into it, though.
You're right.
So what's the story with the creep on the bike, Zanoni?
What do you mean?
The story, the creep.
Yeah, the creep, the story, Stephanie.
So, Todd, is there a plot to this movie?
No. I take it back. There is a plot. There is a plot.
It's a weird plot. The basic plot is Mandy just wants to bone Stephanie.
He wants to bone Michelle Pfeiffer, but here's the problem. He's a nerd. And she's cool.
And she wants a cool rider.
And she wants a cool rider. In fact, she sings about wanting a rider.
I'll be holding on tight to a cool rider.
A rider.
Yeah, she wants to ride a cool penis.
Suddenly, she just leaves him singing.
Oh, she's by herself.
And she just left him like in the room. And so he's like supposedly just not even there anymore. She's still singing. She's singing in the schoolyard and no one's reacting. I think it would be way funnier if the people are like, what the fuck's her problem? And
What's she doing?
Why is she singing? She doesn't think he's it until a little bit later, he does something that attracts her.
He learns how to ride a motorcycle like within like 2 montages, basically.
2 montages.
And that, by the way, is the last time we see Frenchie.
What do you mean? What happens to Frenchie?
She's there when he's trying to learn to ride the motorcycle, and then she's never seen again after that.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So what was the point of even having her in the movie?
Wait a minute. So she's acting like a guardian angel for some dumb reason with Sandy's cousin,
Mandy,
who we're calling Mandy. All right. And then suddenly halfway through the film, she's gone?
Yeah.
I did not even notice that she disappeared. And then, hell, what the hell is going on?
Mandy becomes the cool rider, but he's mysterious, like Batman. Like nobody knows who he is.
That's right.
Nobody knows it's Mandy, even though it clearly looks like him.
Also, the other bikers are now concerned. The good, I should call them the good bikers.
TJ Hooker is Michelle Pfeiffer's ex. So he's...
Right, he cares for her.
Yeah, but he also, for some reason, cares about the blonde girl, too.
Right.
So
But...
it's very muddled.
Right.
She's horny for a cool rider, and TJ Hooker's jealous of that.
There's something I should tell you.
What?
There's this moment where they're together. She doesn't know it's him.
Even though you can tell it's him. The B plot is this big musical talent show. But this is a world where everybody just suddenly breaks out into song. So who cares? Why is this even like a big deal?
There should have a scene where like all the students and faculty are going, we're a musical school and we're getting ready for a talent show for everyone to see.
I'm actually surprised they actually didn't do a song like that.
So the point of the talent show is to showcase the music more, right?
Yeah.
It's that guy! This time we get him, Zanoni!
Johnny, no!
The cool rider, aka Mandy, they think he's dead. Now, nobody mentions that where is the actual other guy?
Where is the actual other guy?
Nobody knows. It's like all of a sudden, where's Clark Kent?
He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah. But nobody mentions that. Oh, so this cool rider disappeared off a cliff, and all of a sudden, Mandy is no longer at school. Where's he? He was key in like all the practice rehearsals for like the talent show.
Where is Michael?
Nobody asks that at all.
Well, I'm not worried, because I'm sure Frenchie will show up and help out.
Uh-oh.
During the talent show, she has a weird break, like a fugue state where she like sings to him like in a dream. Is the audience in the high school auditorium actually hearing her and seeing her sing, or is it all in her head?
Who cares? Do you care?
Well, that's the weird thing about this movie is like it crosses the line between diegetic and non-diegetic music in film. Like, what are the characters in the movie hearing, versus what is the audience watching the movie hearing.
I don't
This
think...
movie crosses that line a lot.
Yeah, but you're making this movie sound deep.
And it's not deep.
This movie is not deep.
It's the shallow end of the pool for sure. So anyway, remember the big climax of the first Grease where they had a big carnival?
That is the beginning of Grease.
Here, it's a luau.
Oh, shit.
A rock-a-luau.
I forgot about that.
So this school has a huge budget where they can they can have a carnival. They can put on this lavish luau,
Right.
On the school grounds. No expense was spared, apparently.
None.
And the teachers are all there, having fun.
Is Frenchie there?
She's not there.
No,
No.
she hasn't been in the film. They're all at this luau. There's a big party. It's a big celebration.
So the rival 45-year-old gang show up and
Sure.
wreak havoc.
Is Pockface there?
Yeah, he's the leader of the gang. But nobody calls the police, and they're just destroying property, disturbing the peace.
Yeah.
And Cool Rider shows up. He's not dead.
Shit.
Jumps over the big luau pool.
So he's basically like, I'm no longer dead, and I'm not a nerd. I'm a cool rider at the luau.
Yeah. It ends with Cool Rider revealing his true identity.
Can I just say, this is why this movie absolutely sucks. The right thing would be, at the beginning of the third act, he's like, I'm the nerd. And she's like, but you're a cool rider. That's right.
He has to prove himself.
He has to prove himself. And there's this moment where she's like, God, I don't know. Maybe I should be with a nerd who's actually cool.
Yeah.
And then that builds, right? And
that
then you get
would have created some sort of character development and tension.
And then you're at the end of the movie and there's a big climax. But hell, that doesn't happen.
No.
The movie ends with the reveal.
Yeah. So
That is the big moment.
they basically rip off the same song from the first movie, We'll Be Together. It's a similar song.
It's so bad.
And that's how it ends. They don't fly away in a dream car like Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta do.
But they probably should have. I have heard that there is an audience for this film.
Yeah, your wife, Jen, told me there's a cult following to this film.
I don't think she wants to be known for that. Hell, can you not use her name?
Yeah, I heard there's a cult following for this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is. They probably like the movie Grease. And we should say, Grease is good. It is. No, it is. Look, John Travolta is a presence. He's a big personality. He does the job. And I think Olivia Newton-John, besides being very pretty, sings very pretty.
Right, the music is that movie.
And the songs are good.
It's got a killer soundtrack.
I agree with you that the movie is just fine or mediocre in terms of storyline. It struck a nerve. Like, I think people...
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it also came out, there was a nostalgia for the 50s and the 70s.
There was also a star moment for John Travolta.
Coming right after Saturday Night Fever.
He was huge in Saturday Night Fever. And people were ready to see him dance again. And then Grease 2 comes out, and I say...
Soundtrack's fucking awful.
It fails on all levels.
Yes.
It fails on music. It fails on acting. It fails on casting. And even other aspects like direction and cinematography. I just think it's weak.
Yeah, it looks like it could have been made for television
Yeah.
at certain points.
There was something about Grease, I think it was a little bit more professionally
Polished
and produced. I don't think Grease 2 had any of that.
I agree. You know why I think some people might like this movie over the first one?
Why?
Because of the gender reversal. The ultimate message of the first movie is she's got to put out.
And she does.
Sandy?
Tell me about it, Stud.
She not only changes for the man, and she looked kind of like a whore, but she flies away. She flies. I mean, she does. Then she flies away in the car with John Travolta, and that's
She got her man.
she got her man.
She put out and got her man. That's why I think some people like Grease 2 more than Grease 1.
Yeah, I mean, in Grease 2, it's a 17-year-old boy who becomes a whore.
Yes?
Where does the pollen go?